Hey there, Björkfinn Benediktsson from Audio Issues here, author of Step by Step Mixing, and as always, I'm here to help you confidently finish your mixes so you can be proud to release your records. Today, we're continuing on our Mixing 101 series using the song Santa by The Long Wait, which was a band I was in 5 years ago. We released this Christmas song for fun, all recorded in the home studio here. And I did this 2-hour mixing masterclass for my Insiders members last year. And this year I decided to break it out of the vault and show it to you guys in a YouTube series. So I hope you've been enjoying it so far. If you've been following along, if you haven't seen the previous videos, check them out in the playlist there. And before we get started, if you obviously make sure you like and subscribe, and then if you want more from me, go to mixfinisher.com and get my Mix Finisher cheat sheet. You can also download the multi-tracks to the Santa song there. All right, let's not waste any more time. Let's get in the video where we're going to be adding the vocals into the rough mix now, and we're also going to be ending this video by simplifying things into groups and buses, so we have easier control over the elements later on down the line. All right, let's get into it. So at this point, all the instruments are here. So it's starting to sound pretty good to me, for sure. You know, you can hear all the instruments clearly. I think the frequency balance is pretty good. Yeah, so let's just put the vocals in.
Cruising across the world in just one day. You will know me by the presents that I've strewn across your lawn. And the beer you had inside your fridge is gone. So have a Merry Christmas, carry on. My name, across the world in just one day. You will know me by the presents that I've strewn across your lawn. And the beer you had inside your fridge is gone. So have a Merry Christmas, carry on. My name, cruising across the world in just one day.
Too bright, too telephony.
My name, cruising across the world in just one day. You will know me by the presents that I've strewn across your lawn. And the beer you had inside your fridge is gone. So have a Merry Christmas, carry on. My name,
like a little cut in that sort of like honky chest area, but some brightness and clarity, and then some actually I wanted to add 5.
My name, cruising across the world in just one day. You will know me by the presents that I've strewn across your lawn. And the beer you had inside your fridge is...
I don't think it's loud enough, but I'm trying to get it closer, and then when I bust everything over, I can lower the instruments a little bit and then start adding effects from there.
My name, cruising across the world in just one day.
So I'm using, I usually use transparent compressors like the VCA on sort of these where I don't want it to be noticeable or things like that. They're cleaner, so I use the VCA on the vocals and on certain other things like the acoustic guitar, I believe. Then I usually use a FET on the drums.
My name, cruising across the world in just one day. You will know me by the presents that I've strewn across your lawn. And the beer you had inside your fridge is gone.
So that's too much of a boost.
My name,
so I think let's just leave it like that for now.
My name, cruising across the world in just one day. You will know me by the presents presents that I've strewn across your lawn. And the beer you had inside your fridge is gone. So have a Merry Christmas, carry on. My name, cruising across the world in just one day. You will know me by the presents that I've strewn across your lawn. And the beer.
Actually, when we're doing the vocals, let me just go to the verses instead.
Well, I crashed into a church in Colorado, running from the cops in Santa Fe. Wanted as the Jolly Des. Well, I crashed into a church in Colorado, running from the cops in Santa Fe. Wanted as the Jolly Desperado, from frosty Maine to sunny Monterey. They call me Santa, that's my name. Cruising across the world, you'll know me by the presents that I've strewn across your lawn. And the beer you had inside your fridge is gone.
I don't really have any EQ. I think the vocals sound fine. Let's go here.
I left my dear old Rudolph in Nebraska. He was too drunk to fly the gifts to Milwaukee.
So maybe some quick separation between the vocals. Just do like 10 minus 10 here and plus 10 here.
I left my dear old Rudolph in Nebraska. He was too drunk to fly the gifts to Milwaukee. Well, I crashed into a church in Colorado.
Adding a little weight there in the 500.
I left my dear old Rudolph in Nebraska. He was too drunk to fly the gifts.
Just putting filters on just in case.
I left my dear old Rudolph in Nebraska. He was too drunk to fly the gifts to Milwaukee. Well, I crashed into a church in Colorado.
All right, so far, I think this is a pretty good start on the EQ and compression and saturation. So now we're just going to bus it to, so it's going to get simplified, bus to drums, and then this is going to go to the bass, and then everything else is going to go to the instruments. And honestly, oh no, not, this is going to go to the instruments, and then the acoustic guitars are also going to go to instruments.
Left my dear old Rudolph in Nebraska.
Oh, and then the vocals, of course. The vocals sound fine to me. Lead vocals. I might try to see how it sounds on the other systems real quick.
Left my dear old Rudolph in Nebraska. He was too drunk to fly the gifts to Milwaukee. Well, I crashed into a church in Colorado, running from the cops in.
It's a little heavy on the mids there, so I might have to do something about that. Obviously, as you can see, I was boosting a lot in the mids. So let's work on the buses now.
Left my dear old Rudolph in Nebraska. He was too drunk.
So we're close to the close to 0 here. So what I can do is I can just turn this stuff down.
Left my dear old Rudolph.
And then just turn up the speaker volume. So it's the same volume for me, but not the same volume for the actual track.
Left my dear old Rudolph in Nebraska. He was too drunk to fly the gifts to Milwaukee. Well, I crashed into a church in Colorado, running from the cops in Santa Fe. Wanted as the jolly desperado, from frosty Maine to sunny Monterey. They call me Santa.
All right, so what can we do now? We could add a little extra sweetening to the drums, maybe with some fancy plugin. Let's try that. Add like a vitamin or something like that. Let's see, where's vitamin? Vitamin. Stereo vitamin. See how that sounds.
I left my dear old Rudolph in Nebraska.
That's really gross. All right, let's full reset. A little extra punch there. A little louder too.
I left my dear old Rudolph in Nebraska. He was too drunk to fly the gifts to Milwaukee.
Gonna go for a little sound on the bass guitar. Gonna find, make it some sort of vintagey or something.
I left my dear old Rudolph in Nebraska. He was too drunk to fly the gifts to Milwaukee. Well, I crashed into a church in Colorado, running from the cops in Santa Fe. Wanted as the jolly desperado, from frosty Maine to sunny Monterey. They call me Santa, that's my name. I left my dear old Rudolph in Nebraska. He was too drunk to fly the gifts to Milwaukee. Well, I crashed into a church in Colorado, running from the cops in Santa Fe. Wanted.
And then if we wanted to add a little more thickness, we can always go to the R bass, see what that does.
I left my dear old Rudolph in Nebraska.
That's definitely getting in the way of the kick, but we can either lower the volume or find a different frequency.
I left my dear old Rudolph in Nebraska. He was too drunk to fly the gifts to Milwaukee. Well, I crashed into a church in Colorado, running from the cops in Santa Fe. Wanted as the jolly desperado, from frosty Maine to sunny Monterey. They call me Santa, that's my name. I left my dear old Rudolph in Nebraska. He was too drunk to fly the gifts to Milwaukee. Well, I crashed into a church in Colorado, running from the cops in Santa Fe.
So that kick drum doesn't, I don't know if it should or whatever, but I'm kind of making a decision here to not make it hit like click hard, like a rock drum. It's more like a, as I said before, like a marching band drum.
I left my dear old Rudolph in Nebraska. He was too drunk to...
You can definitely feel it. Well, let's see if I can feel it in the other monitors.
I I left my dear old Rudolph in Nebraska. He was too drunk to fly the gifts to Milwaukee. Well, I crashed into a church in Colorado. Running.
Yeah, it kind of grooves with the bass. Let's leave it like that. All right. What can I do? What can I do next? Let's see how it's actually. Let's see how it sounds in comparison to the final mix here. I want to level match that, so we use band for that.
Know me by the presence that I've strewn across your lawn to walk, and the beer you had inside your fridge is gone. So have a Merry Christmas. The beer you had inside your fridge is gone. And the beer you had inside your fridge is gone.
Pretty close, and obviously I haven't done anything with the ooze and the doo-wops. All right, so we've got a rough static mix, sort of a two-dimensional mix with EQ and compression on sort of most of the elements. We've simplified things into groups and buses, sort of going into a very simplified version of mixing template that I used today. And so in the next video, we're going to be looking at diving deeper into making it sound, well, better, honestly. So make sure you don't miss the next video by subscribing to the channel, liking this video, and if you want more from me, go to mixfinisher.com, download your cheat sheet there, and you can also go to stepbystepmixing.com and get your copy of the book there. All right, I'm Bjorken from Audio Issues. See you in the next video. Hope you found this one useful. Let me know if you have any questions. All right.